In your experience, do you think the womanizing was something that you were taught to aspire to? Taught here can mean intentionally by cultural inferences, etc.
Yeah.
What do you think that did for your understanding of love? It's a very good question.
It is.
How did you even think of this?
And it goes way back. Like when my grandfather made it, he added a babe. Yeah, that's what he did.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's my grandfather's generation.
Yeah.
In my generation, I grew up listening to hip hop. When you got the cheddar, you got the babes.
Yeah.
So they do it. You kind of learn it subconsciously because it's all over you.
Yeah.
Unashtukiaga tu sasa wewe. Hii ndio kitu nataka.
You even work hard for the babes. You want to get money to live a good life,
For
but
babes.
for the babes.
Not for the babe.
For
the babes.
Babes.
Wait.
A lot.
Wait, I want us to clarify something here.
Yes.
What is womanizing?
Yeah.
Basically being a player, like you
Yes.
have so many women.
Okay.
You have a lot of
Got you.
you have a lot of women
Exactly.
who love you and who you're all of them are yours.
Yeah,
You're short.
yeah.
Like Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, just like the other point that I gave you for the guy who was given for 2 weeks and
Yeah.
they were like, it's enough.
Yeah.
If I was to give you 15 chicks today and told you sasa ni wako, I'm giving you a week tops.
Yeah.
You'll be done.
You can't handle all of them.
Not.
Yeah.
It's,
So it's just hiyo kitu ya
that's
facade
what
on
you
the other
think
side.
you want, but it's not it.
This is one of the things that I've had to change the way I view, especially in my 20s.
Yeah.
That having one woman is still a beautiful thing, and it's a sign of success as
Less
opposed
stressful.
as opposed to what, because in you see now when I joined high school, first of all I'm a very shy guy. I don't even know how to talk to girls, and then now all of a sudden that's the in thing. Like as many women you can get as possible. Like I remember one time I got a letter from my girls. Now on that letter, I was sending it to my girls, and I remember I wrote, because there were so many babes I was sending it to, so nikaandikia moja kwa hiyo full scapadi hapo chini, then hapo nyuma sasa short messages to each and every and to all the others, my girls. Then I remember, and one of the chicks told me that sasa ilikuwa inasomwa kama kwa class, you know, and I feel like I got more points being like player of the year, you know, feel like all these girls, you know, I know them. If Form 4s want some chicks, just come, I'll hook you up with that one. And so there's a way you're taught that's really the coolest that's thing. So I remember even at some point I was asking myself like, I'll get married to one wife and I'll never have to mess around with any other woman. At a juicy, we were at a lunch with a friend of mine. So he comes over to me. So two friends. So one of them tells me, now you're married to one. Jenny, you're going to spend your whole life with one woman. How is that even possible? So I asked him, so how many girls are you messing with right now? And he was like, right now it's a low season 5.
One in the plums. It's low season.
You know, the taxation, the finance bill. I mean, things are hard. You know, you have to manage. Everything.
The wildebeest on the other side as Jarudi huku.
He was telling me 5. So on the same conversation, so the other guy was telling me he also has been playing a lot, but he feels like he needs to settle and have one wife as well. And so that womanizing thing is something that I feel like it's taught to us by culture. I can't say we are born like that. The culture teaches us that that's how men are supposed to be, that you can sleep around with anyone, you know. But I feel like, and I don't know who I saw right about this, that you are also very valuable, and you should watch out who you're also giving yourself to, even emotionally. And me, I've grown up believing that you should give yourself to any girl that's available. But it gets to a point where now you need to understand that you just can't give yourself to anyone out there.
So the narrative that the players don't tell people is that it's a high. It's like a drug. But as soon as you hit it, there's a feeling of regret. That's one thing they don't tell people, but it's a fact. Ask any player.
Regret? All those beautiful girls they parade on IG.
There's a term for it. It's called post-nut clarity.
That one. Yes.
Because innately you want someone. Innately at your core, you want for you to have many girls is to show. Definitely. Innately you want to just be peaceful with one person who you can count on, because you know this is not real. It's because maybe you have the money. It's because as soon as that is gone, you're done.
That's a good point you guys are saying, because I remember I've also a friend of mine. So yeah, but he's still single, so he has the freedom to mess around with a lot of chicks.
Yeah.
So because we grew up together as players, so once in a while, so those days we a tick of glory, getting as many kukatia as many women as possible. That was like you needed those two ranks of general, you know.
Yeah.
So now I asked him just the other day, like, you must be living the life now, because you're living what we used to admire back then. I was like, what Kagwe you're saying, that as soon as you hit it, you feel like, no, it's not really worth it. So I totally agree with what you're saying, and it's true. A facade.
Yeah. That said, I think the thing that I always like encourage younger guys to do is to date as much as you can earlier on, right? So have different, especially if you're single, right? Go on multiple dates with multiple people, have multiple experiences, right? Because I feel like for me that was the thing that really allowed me to understand babes better, right? And to understand what I want in a partner, right? Because I mean, yes, we talk about the hesh that you get when you get babes, and it's obviously there's this thing that is talked about like a double standard of, you know, when babes are with many guys, then you're a hoe. But when guys you are with many babes, then you're a player, right? One, yes, I think that's a very fair way to look at it, right? Simply because it's a lot harder for guys to get babes than babes to get guys, right? If a babe is to decide, I'm going to walk from this road to that other road, and I want to find a man to sleep with, chances are very, very high that she'll find a man to sleep with. But if a guy is walking the same
from
road,
Cairo to Cape Town, there's still a probability. Even Mozambique. That's true. It's a lot easier for babes to be able to achieve that. If that is the measure of success, sex or intimacy or whatever, or getting the person, it's a lot easier for babes to do that. Guys definitely have to work a lot harder.
It's true.
And go through a lot
Spend
more.
a lot more.
Nice one.
What is one thing you know about love?
What's one thing
that you know about love? So for certain,
you
can say, me, I know this about love. What is that one thing that you can say, I know 100% about love?
Love is commitment, not necessarily a feeling. Yeah, that's what I know. I'd say I know about love. Abeli, you must know a lot. Just one.
I do. But the one that confuses people a lot is you can love someone and not like them.
What do you even mean?
No. You love someone, but you don't like them, man.
Whoa,
man, I love you too.
Expound.
Is it like family, or maybe like you have a cousin?
Yeah. Oh, here we stick to relationship.
No. No, expand it.
Oh yeah.
Like
Mostly family.
Mostly family.
Yeah, man. I have aunties that I love, but I can't stand them, man. I know they're good people, but again, background and baggage. They have trauma. They need to deal with. They don't know it. They're from a very different generation. But they're genuinely good people. But man, kuka nao daka 15 unachoka tu. Again, they're not bad. They're not bad people, but I totally love them. But I can't stand them. There's now a good 5.5 minutes and we are done.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it apply for romantic love as well?
For marriages, that are like that,
yeah. Especially from Gen X, Gen X and the baby boomers, man. Hey, uko kwanza imekita mizizi like this. You're just there with your guy. You love them, but you can't stand them.
Okay,
it's
that's
weird.
The thing you've said about family, because I used to feel guilty, especially for extended family. Some of them, like, I also want to love them from a distance,
but we are just,
so I used to feel so bad. It's like I'm letting down family, but
no,
I feel like sometimes you also have to take care of yourself,
even for your mental health.
You have to.
It's true.
Mainamind, one thing,
man, I feel like love is the foundation, but I feel like it's not entirely everything. There's like it's like the icing on the cake. And in regards to just the highness of love, that high feeling that you truly love someone. I feel like it extends to your point, sort of like there is commitment, there is discipline, a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
There is just self-awareness and awareness and a vision of what you're trying to achieve. So I feel like love is the foundation, but it's not everything.
Everything.
There's a lot more.
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
Kagwe.
Like that. I think similarly as well, I think love is selfless. You know? When I think about whether romantic or platonic love, you know, it's selfless. It has to. You have to. I feel generally that without necessarily compromising on yourself, right? Because I think, as the good book tells us, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Love yourself,
right?
yeah.
So, love yourself first. And love yourself fully. The way you are saying, you don't expect anything from anybody, right? Love yourself first.
Yeah.
And the way that you give yourself that same kind of, I guess, attention or something.
Right.
I'll give you an example. I feel like in some of my past relationships, romantic relationships, I've always felt like a giver, right? So I'm very, very willing to just like give and give and give and give and give, right? And if it's not reciprocal, then I don't think that that's love, you know? So there has to be an exchange. I think the thing that I was trying to say is that it has to be, love is an exchange, right? It's not a one-way street, right? Otherwise then you have a fan, right?
Yeah.
That's a fan.
Yeah.
If it's just one person who is like doing the thing,
Yeah.
you have a fan in your life, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. But it has to be a two-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting, especially about that thing for loving your neighbor the way you love yourself. And the way I also came to understand it later is the way you treat people is an indicator of how you also treat yourself. So if you're very nice to yourself, automatically that reflects on how you treat other people. Because even people who are selfish, people who are mean and selfish, they're like that even to their own inner person. That's a very, so they're all connected, how you treat yourself and how you treat people.
But now with our generation, it's like people are so willing to do so good to people because of what they're saying on social media that they forget about themselves.
But is that like doing good, or is that for the validation of it?
It could be,
Validation,
Yeah, it is.
Nice one.
Alright, next question. Analyze the following responses from a potential admirer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a girlfriend. And no, I have a girlfriend. In your opinion, is there a difference? If yes, what's the difference? And if no, why is there no difference?
Repeat the response.
Let me just repeat this question.
The responses.
And I'm sure by the giggles, I can tell there are answers coming in. So analyze the following responses from a potential admirer. Sorry, I have a girlfriend. And no, I have a girlfriend. In your opinion, is there a difference? And if yes, what's the difference? And if no, why is there no difference? So basically, is there a difference? If yes, why? If no, why?
There's a difference. One was said by a chick, the other one was said by a dude.
So which one was said by a chick?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Which one was said by a dude?
Sorry, Maze. I have a girlfriend.
That one was said by?
The dude.
That's my dude. No, it's definitely a chick.
But
she has
sorry,
no time.
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah,
You're
it's like you feel like you don't want to hurt this person as well.
Sorry, I have a girlfriend. Sorry.
Like,
Okay, Kagwe.
Sorry, you guys are saying sorry, I have a girlfriend.
Is by a dude.
Is by a guy.
Yeah.
That's a guy.
That's generally what the guys say.
Yeah.
But no, I have a boyfriend. That's a chick.
I don't know. You know, I think that, so for example, in I was trying to explain to somebody that I was seeing some time back. We had like a small thing, and I was telling her that like there's some guys that you're hanging out with, right?
Yeah.
That you think are your friends that are not your friends, right? So these are guys that are like significantly older. They have wives, kids, families, whatever, right? And they call you for plans to come and hang out, you and your besties, right? Come and hang out, blah blah blah. We buy for you drinks, whatever. And I was trying to explain, those guys are not your friends. And so she was like, what do you mean they're not my friends? I was like, those guys are trying to dish. Basically, that's it's either they want to dish or you're there for eye candy, right? So it's like, no, but they know I have a man, or they know I have like somebody in my life. And I feel like for most, in most situations, like I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend is like, at least these days, is like, okay. And then, you know, like, where is he?
Yeah.
Is he here? I don't see him, you know? And so I think the difference for me between those two statements is the no is like straight no.
It's conclusive.
It's conclusive.
Yeah.
And sorry is like, it's we can maybe figure something out.
It's a 4% chance.
But I have to say, just
actually, I am very sure that's what Barack wanted us to discuss.
Yeah.
It's just me who threw it threw a curveball there.
Yeah.
But Kagwe is right. One is very definitive. Like
it's firm.
It's very firm. This other one can be. I'm seeing it in two ways. The first one is someone who's, they've got a little bit of space for you if you're insistent enough. Ndio, niko na msee, but ukijipanga poa, kuna vile. That's the first person. Right. The second one is someone who is genuinely polite. Genuinely polite. Oh, sorry, brothers. Niko na msee. Doesn't mean you'll get a piece of them.
Yes.
They're firm, but they're polite.
This is the no, I have a boyfriend.
This is
No.
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
Baba, pole. Niko na mtu.
Yeah.
They're polite. They don't want to come off as rude or nini.
Yeah.
That there. So there are two people who can answer that way.
Yeah.
Because also no can be disgust.
No.
Ile no. Hata siku baby.
Unajua.
No. I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
So this yes, sorry, I have a nini. Those can be two very different people saying it.
Yeah. True.
One is trying to hint at you that there can be an opportunity.
Yeah.
This other one is just naturally polite. Yeah.
I think it's definitely, you'll definitely find a lot more
Dudes.
women saying no.
Oh,
right?
women. Yeah.
Right. And also, I think there's also an expectation that that's how they want you to be. Have you seen these two videos of how my girlfriend expects me to be when I'm in the club?
Yes.
Actually, babe comes to say hi, you just throw her face to the wall.
Yeah.
Don't even look my way. What do you mean? I have a loving girlfriend at home.
Yeah.
Shut up. Don't even talk to me. You know, that's the
not
kind
us.
of energy that they're expecting. Right? But again, you can still have that thing of where you're trying to be a nice person and be like, I can see that you're really teteing over here.
That's
Pole.
sorry.
You know.
I also feel like sometimes they need to just be nice to people. Wasichukulie vibaya, they feel bad about them. Let me ask you guys, how do you deal with female, because all of you here have fans, how do you deal with female fans who sometimes tend to show like they are a bit attracted to you guys? All of you are taken.
A bit or a lot?
Pardon?
A bit attracted or a lot attracted?
Both ways. Let's even start with a bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about a bit.
Humble
brag.
They come like a cyclone. Nice. Personally, and it's something that we used to fight a lot with Judy, because I can't be like them. I can't be like, oh, talk up. That's not. I am naturally polite. So I don't know, and I guess it's a guy's thing. Yeah. We don't like hurting people's feelings. Okay.
Well, Nairobi men would beg to men from CI would like to do.
So I have a problem in just telling chicks, watch us Taki. So sometimes, which is a fault, men don't do this. Sometimes I tend to, in the quest of making them feel good about themselves, sometimes I might lead them on, but it ends there. They will just find themselves ghosted after some time, and that convo just issues. But it's nuts. Hata Judy angekuwa hapa ningekuwa nishakula makofi.
That's so me as well. Like even sometimes when they flirt and Wanjiru, first of all, keep saying that sometimes maybe I encourage it because maybe I'm not talk
exactly.
You know.
Yeah. But I don't know. Is it a
I don't know. I don't know if
I don't know how to
because of the it's like the what do they call? It's like the profession you're at.
Yeah.
You know, these are the people.
Yes,
that
also
you are-
my
Yeah,
audience,
yeah,
first of all,
yeah,
is
yeah,
core
exactly.
female,
So
you know?
You can't
in
be
any
like,
way-
"Hey."
in fact, on that show, you're like, yo, let them have their moment.
Yeah.
Because again, and I like what you said about building that demarcation.
Yes.
It's like they know even where they have access to you
Yes.
is on such a platform.
Exactly.
They clearly know this is a transaction in that I'm bringing entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are sort of feeding me in that way. So it's like clearly demarcated. And
Yeah.
within time, I think people catch on.
Yeah.
So for me now, it's learning.
Yeah.
Because now during my shows, I'd be throwing it in. Yeah, I'm seeing someone just to like let everyone know, like, yeah, you know, I'm seeing
They don't
someone.
care.
So
That's
now,
not
Yeah.
stop.
I know.
You're adding fuel to the
now-
fire, but
So now
giving
the
them a challenge.
The challenge has been now dealing with the ones who are bold enough to say, Kumbe, you are dateable.
Yeah.
Now let us.
And you know, also women sometimes, and this is a thing that has been there for long, they also want the ones that are taken. They don't-
Exactly. It's
Somebody
like
single, this problem.
Whoa, that guy, he Kumbe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Actually,
the new challenge.
let's take that survey. Kagwe, are you able to tell a chick, no, leave me alone?
Kagwe, tell us. Kwanza umetuambia ni msafara.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Already here we are at 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say this.
Yeah.
This is the first time
Yeah.
that I've dated publicly and loudly.
Okay.
Right?
Which is
Yeah.
true.
So for majority of my life and my career,
Yeah.
and I did that intentionally. All the girls that I did have serious relationships
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
were very okay with it, right?
Yeah.
We knew we had communicated it from jump.
Yeah.
That the way that my brand needed to be perceived at the time
Yeah.
was as a single man, right?
Ah.
And so at that point,
Yeah.
up until this relationship,
Yeah.
right? If it's like I can lose flirting here and there,
Yeah.
I'm just doing my job.
Ah.
I'm just doing my job, you know?
4 out of 6.
Okay.
Wait,
I always used to slightly. There's a part of me that used to feel bad that maybe I'm not as harsh as
As
Wanjiru,
you
because
need
you know
to be.
Wanjiru is straight off the
Yeah,
jump.
yeah,
like,
yeah, leave me alone.
see, usinisumbue.
Chicks do
Me
it so
siezi.
effortlessly. Yani, me, I
Yeah.
don't know how they do it.
I can't.
I can't. That's what I mean.
Sometimes I'll even pretend to be foolish. It's like, understand.
Yeah, unasema nini? Yeah.
Like, you know, a chick can say something so flirtatious,
Yes,
and she knows what she said is not right. So I'll pretend I've not understood anything. You
But
know?
you know why they are better at
man.
it?
Yeah?
You know why they are better at
Why?
it?
Yes, yes.
Because from maybe the age of like 9, 10,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Girls start getting attention from all sorts of like weirdos, boys that they may like, blah blah blah, right?
Okay,
And so you have to learn early on
Yeah.
to be like Z. I don't want.
Okay, yeah.
So they have experience.
That's actually
For,
true,
like,
Kagwe.
Z.
That's
Guys,
Guys,
guys, you get
Sis.
attention from in your 30s. Now that's when, like, you know,
That's
when
so
you've
true.
made some money, when you have a bit of, you're comfortable within yourself. But like babes have been training for this since 9, 10 years old.
That's
You're walking
true.
on the street, somebody calls you out.
Actually,
You know?
I didn't even know that that's an issue. My wife told me that even if she walks like in Tao, she can't tell me every single time.
Yeah.
Lazima kuna majama watrai kumsalimia.
Oh, lazima.
Yani, me I never thought that's a thing. Because me, tumetembea town miaka mingi, nobody. Not unless now when you're a celebrity,
Yes,
people now
yes,
kind of
yes.
notice. My wife tells me that has been her life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. They learn to say no very quickly because they've been getting that
And also to
attention.
protect themselves.
Yeah.
Because I mean, generally, guys are in these kind of situations.
Yeah.
Guys can be creeps.
Definitely.
We know it to be true,
Yes,
right?
that's
We
true.
know it to be true,
Yeah.
and so you just have to kind of learn early on.
Okay, so gentlemen, going forward, we are saying no or sorry.
Sasa,
So what are we saying now? That we know we are in the sorry category. Are we sticking to the sorry category?
Bado tu sorry tu yani.
Yeah,
Get some
tubaki
flowers
sorry.
kidogo, feel nice.
Basi tutawatiaji tu. Si ndio?
Eh, wazee.
Tubaki sorry mazee. Jo. Hiyo ni
sorry.
hiyo ni kukuwa mtiaji aje kando.
No,
Usi-
have a
usiniongee.
wife. Hey, brother.
Congrats.
My wife will be the only one clapping. I trained him well. Okay.
Next question.
I'd like to ask older men though.
Yeah,
Nipate tu opinion yao.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
At least now we have one. We'd love to give like.
We kwenda huko
So
pia wewe.
sorry.
Have you been paid by Timothy?
Jigush, that's for you, bro.
All right. What does it mean for you to love someone romantically?
what does it mean for me to love somebody romantically? It's to love them with my emotions. There's the physical attraction. There's chemistry. There's passion. I'm happy to be around this person. There's goosebumps. When you hold her, there's goosebumps, and it's like this is a constant. Every time, whenever I'm with my wife, sometimes there's always goosebumps on my body.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's what it means romantically.
Okay.
I think for me it means loving that person the way they'd want to be loved. I feel like I've been learning this with my current partner, where I have my ways, you know. That's what I do on social media, try to define how to love someone. So I have my ways, and probably those are the ways I'd want to be loved in. But I've learned that with the person I'm with, there are certain ways that could be very sort of less romantic to me, that for them they hold dear. So like my girlfriend has this thing where she likes writing random emails addressed to me with the
Love
regards. Yes, love letters, to replace the love letters. Like she'd do that a lot, and I'll be like, you know, why do you have to get me through an email?
Hope
Like,
this
we even
finds
had
you
to-
well.
You know, we even had to open our own email where we are sharing like love letters, and she loves that.
Wow.
So previously,
Yeah.
she would be the one writing first, and then I'd reply to that love letter. One day I just sat and said, let me write an email first. Yo, I was called my king. I was called, thank you so much. This
Stan a
is it.
legend.
And we are
You know
here
what I
sitting with
mean?
royalty.
We're sitting with
Yeah, we're sitting
legends,
with
you know.
royalty at this moment. So I had to learn, it's understanding what does it mean for that person to be loved. So like my girl, it's reassurance. Just tell her that, you know, she's okay. Like just do that for her. Bro, you're good.
Okay.
For me, it's
That's
touch.
romantic.
So
Okay.
Abel, tuma email mazi tips.
Nasikia hapa kumbe sio urembo iko kwa email.
Uone, eh?
We andika wimbo.
Good.
helps.
Oh,
Iko
nice.
sawa. Hiyo sasa kucompete na wewe.
It definitely helps. It helps. But I was actually thinking the exact same thing. You know, I've always asked people that, and it's, do you love somebody the way they perceive love, or the way you know how to love?
Yeah.
Right? Because to me, I might think I'm here taking you on like dates. I'm buying you food. I'm spoiling you. But like, again, we go back to those like love languages. Right? And so if that person doesn't perceive that thing as love,
As romantic.
or as romantic, then it's, you know, it lands on deaf ears.
So I won't answer this. Instead, I'll throw spanner in the works. Let me throw a spanner in the works.
Throw spanner in the works.
If you take away the physical aspect, does that still qualify as romantic love?
Oh.
Is that loving someone romantically?
If
There is no physical action there. If you take away the physical action.
Then it's not romantic. If you take away the physical,
Or if you take away completely.
Completely.
there's no for me that's not romantic.
That's not romantic love.
Oh, yeah.
That's some other type of love.
Yeah, that's another type of
plutonic or platonic.
Yeah,
Is it plutonic or platonic?
Kagwe
you
can
guys
tell
are
us
together.
everything.
It is platonic.
Platonic.
Yeah.
So that's platonic.
Yeah.
It doesn't qualify to be
It
romantic.
doesn't, whoa. That's possible.
I don't know. I don't think.
I feel like why I'm answering that in the other king is because currently
You're not getting some.
I'm not getting at the moment as we speak at a handshake.
Nothing.
At a handshake,
I could-
we were thinking of about. Have you seen these things where the Chinese invented where you can kiss each other
Through the phone.
remotely?
Oh.
Is it by Chinese
It's a
or Soldier
device.
Boy?
Yeah.
Ni
Kiss me through
device.
the phone.
Ah, okay.
Like a device
Yeah.
where when I kiss it, you can feel the tunes.
thing.
I feel
Okay.
wanatudanganya.
Hey.
Lakini we have considered as in it's that tough.
Ah.
So I feel like completely where you guys are together and there's nothing physical.
Yeah.
I feel like that
That's
doesn't
not,
count. However, where circumstances like mine,
Yeah.
I think we have learned how to love each other differently. Where it's like, whoa, this is still,
Okay.
So you're still loving each other romantically,
Yeah.
but the
but the physical,
is not there.
But
So it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Wait, are we then saying that if you are to get into some kind of like freak accident
Yes.
where your manhood should be cut off
That's it.
and it can never be used again,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That you will not love your partner
Romantically.
romantically. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm asking a question. I'm doubling down on his question.
That's like a special case that will need I don't
I
know,
know.
man. Oh my god.
That context.
Actually, in this case, I
of the
think we
belt.
need to ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I didn't have my equipment,
You know,
would
like
you
that
still
song.
stick
That song
around?
when the dog. Girl, you still love me now. You still love me if I was down.
and out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we need to ask them. Ladies,
Yeah.
tell us.
Tell us,
In the
man.
comment section as well, even the ones who
Yeah.
are married to other people.
Kabisa.
Leave that on the comment section below.
Nice.
Please.
Awesome.
Good one.
Gender
Number one?
cycle.
Yes.
Nice one. Gentlemen, many surprise. Guys, do you or have you ever had a female best friend? In your relationship experience, have you been in a relationship where your partner has a male best friend? How did that work out? First of all, maybe you can start with, have you ever had a female best friend?
No, I can't.
Yes.
Oh, you've had a female best friend and
Utadi.
bestie.
I can't.
Walai.
In fact, for me, growing up, and I don't know what conditioning this is,
Yeah.
but for me, it has always been my best friend has to be my wife.
Oh.
And it's
Hey.
super serious such that, and probably it's because of trust issues. Like, it takes me a while before I believe that we are close that level. But when it comes to even female context, I can't see myself being your best friend. And it's just, and I'm in another relationship, or we are best friends and it's platonic.
I have a question.
I can't.
I have a question.
Please ask.
You know, sometimes when your wife pisses you off and you just want your best friend, yani, umwambie, man, this girl, man.
Atanimaliza na pressure.
So who do you go to?
Probably, okay, I'm not married yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But to be honest with you, it wouldn't be another lady.
Oh,
It wouldn't be another lady that is super close to me to the extent that, in fact, it's maybe sijafika hiyo place ya kuboiwa. But for me, when even my current girlfriend ananibo, I'd want to like hit it back with her.
Oh.
Like it's to a stage where we are saying, I think there is some fire that is losing up. Tutafanya nini ndio tu, and especially with the distance and everything. Like it's her. Like I want her to know everything about me. It's super hard to trust that on someone else, not to remain platonic. In fact, there's a big risk if I do that. Ni huyo nitaoa. Simple. Simple as that. If I allow that to happen, she is the one. She is the one.
Female best friends.
It's super tough for me, and I've never been in a situation where I'm having a girl because I wouldn't allow it. Hata nikipata mtu wako na hivyo, naambia sasa huyo mwenye umekuwa ukiita babe from class 5 inaacha hapa. Simple. I'll regard that you have that relationship, but that
It ends
closeness
there.
has now.
Kagwe, you've had a female best friend.
I've had several female best friends. I'm and they're all still, I think, my very, very, very close friends. I grew up in, I guess, a setting where I'm very close to my cousins and my extended family, and I have a lot of female cousins, right? And so, like, they'd be the ones who are giving me tips, right? On just like, this is how you talk to babes, or if they're having problems with guys, we talk about things like that. We spent a lot of time together, and so that was already a thing that I understood. I can be friends with babes, right? So growing up and now getting to like my 20s, right? I started getting to a place now I'd start meeting girls. And then there's always initially like a thing of, is there going to be something here, right? And then one thing that I decided to do was like actively decide. There are some babes that I know, had we hooked up or even started dating or whatever, would have lasted max a year, right? And then that person is out of your life forever. But this person is so dope, I would rather not date you and keep you in my life for as long as I possibly can, because of the value that I see that you have as a babe, and with the perspective of that,
And
right?
you never did anything with them?
Never.
Not even once.
Not once.
Not even.
Which is why I said there's always a point of attraction,
Yeah.
right? I think there's always a point of attraction. I think one of my earlier best friends, who I'm still very, very, very tight with, we went on a date, and we really like pended each other, and we were a bit young, and we went on a date, and like it was still a bit like it could have gone there, right? It definitely could have gone there, but we were just like, because we started forming the friendship first before we started considering now going on this date, right? That if anything went wrong, then everything that we've built up until this point goes down the drain. It just gets thrown away, right? Because now, once you get physical and blah, 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 because me, now the thing I don't know is how to be friends with exes. That's what me, I don't know, right? So if we date, we Isha,
That's it. It's done.
You know, so if we don't date, then there's a likelihood that you will be in my life longer without anything happening.
As a best friend.
As a best friend, because also it's a decision, right? It's a decision that you're making. It's like, okay, cool. Now I've decided to put you in the same category I put my kuzos. Right?
Oh, that's what best friend means too.
So now you're literally like my kuzo. I'm not going to have incest, right?
Okay.
So I can appreciate that you're beautiful. I can appreciate that you're a sexy babe, right? But I value you as a human being so much more than any of those other things.
Okay.
That's mature. That's really mature. I don't know. For me, you know the way like what we answered before about culture, how culture has touched your body.
Yes.
It's like the first thing, especially if somebody's not your cousin, your sister, and you're not related in any form or shape, is potential. You, like it's like, and it's like all of them, even the ones that become your friends. Because I'd see how even in campus we'd hang out with our friends, and then tukirudi kwa room we're discussing how hot they are, some of them.
Hey.
And they're just our friends. Like they even help us hit on other chicks. Like they're wako sisters on ndani.
But
Big
still,
deal, yeah? But oh, we'd still have conversation. But would you date nani? Would you date nani? So the way I've been cultured, for me, I feel like it's different. That's why having a female best friend for me, it's almost impossible. But I also have very close female friends. You know, like we've been friends for a long time. We've walked through these journeys a long. But they're not like my best friends. They're not like people I call every day. Like, buddy, how you doing? You know, for me, it's hard. And even because the other question was, does your wife have or your partner have a male best friend? Oh, for me, no, definitely no. That's or for me, I also wouldn't be comfortable about it.
So would you be comfortable if your partner had or has a male best friend?
So me, I'm special, right? Me, I think I have this capacity to compartmentalize, right?
Yeah.
But I don't believe that everybody has that capacity, right? I think
That's true.
there's a lot of guys who are willing to play the long game, right? Of like, let me just sit here as a friend, right? And now this guy is the best friend, right? And he has all of the dirt on you, right? All of the dirt. Every time she complains about you, that guy is right there. I can't believe he said that.
No.
Wow, he's just taking notes. Okay, that she doesn't like, you know, all of these little things.
This
And
is what
the guy is just there, long game.
By the time
long game.
you're done, ameshaji package.
That's true. I wouldn't be comfortable.
Exactly. I would definitely have to like interview Kidogo and see. Yeah.
Abel.
Does Judy?
Does she have a male best friend?
I'm trying to think who's her best friend. So Judy has friends for everything.
Yeah.
Like when she wants to, do sister stuff, she talks to Sele. When she's struggling to understand this human, she talks to Phil. So she has friends for everything. She doesn't have that one person. No, I don't think she does. Yeah.
And I think for me that's the same. Like it's hard for me to just have, and that's why for me I think from the beginning I knew the person I was going to be involved with is the one, because for me best friend equates a level of trust that is beyond just the usual acquaintance. Ile enye tumecompartmentalize, huyu nikitaka content naenda huko. So for me to cross that boundary where there's no expectation, I come to you when I'm feeling this way or that way, and there's a level of trust that breaks beyond normal friendship. Wow, that has to be the person that I'm sleeping with.
But they believe in me. As I've grown, I'm starting to learn that I have close friends for different
reasons.
I used to expect my close friends to tick all my boxes,
which is impossible.
But I realized we're growing and we're having different interests, and it's unfair to expect of them that.
True.
So even have my church friends, very good. They mean everything to me. But I also know when I want to do some stuff, like if we want to do a road trip, they probably wouldn't want to do that. So I also have very good friends who we can do that. So they even have business friends who you can do business with. So I'm starting to learn that you can have different communities around,
and it's not wrong.
No.
Imagine if you put that
it's
on one
encouraged.
person.
That's too much. And yani fanya msi apende magari na yeye apende
Hapendi magari.
yani zina mbo hizo vitu ni garage from point A to point B
Yeah.
mambo mingi, you know. So I get it.
Yeah.
I think it also comes down to just like boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with any kind of relationship, there has to be boundaries, right?
Yes,
So
true.
if my babe finds me at cuddling with my best friend that we are watching a movie, that's
Sitting on his chest. On a home.
we always do this.
Bestie.
Just,
We've
yeah.
always done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, funny enough, I have a song in Rada called Bestie. That has some.
Is it addressing this?
So I think that the energy of the song is basically how I think there's those kind of friendships that you kind of hold on to for a while, but like then you just come out and eventually fungua roho and say that, you know, it definitely goes that way, right? But which is why I was trying to raise the point of like boundaries. Boundaries are so important, you know, especially when you have a partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The last two questions.
The last two questions we're gonna give them to Kagwe and Mainamind because they're the new guys. Okay. The Jared kabisa kabisa.
Right.
So do the honors ya kutufungia show.
But
So as you were growing up, did you have any clear, deliberate discussions with any father figures around love specifically? Right? And if you did, to what extent? And do you think it would have been better in love if you had those? You would have been better in love if you had those conversations. If you didn't, I guess.
I don't know, man. With love, we didn't talk much about love with my dad. We don't talk much about it. But I think growing up, he used to tell me, he used to give me nuggets, especially about how women are, you know. Because sometimes I'd be like, let's say my mom is just making too much noise. I'm just like, why can't you just tell her to chill? And my dad would be like, no. You don't engage into this. You don't engage in these things. You know, you don't compete. You don't argue with it. Because me, I've always been an argumentative kid. Like I'd argue even with my mom, you know. And then when she reports me to my dad, I'm like, no, but you see, she's wrong. Why couldn't you address this issue? And my dad is like, no, there's no point. At that point, I felt like he doesn't know how to do it. I know it better. But now that I'm married, I've come to learn that he was right 100%. So we might not have talked much about it because also different generations.
Yeah.
But the nuggets he's shared with me have definitely helped me with
Maneuver.
maneuver, and especially how I deal with my wife. With girlfriends, no, because now that's also a different ball game. So I think but I'd want now. A conversation I'd want to have with my son is now we talk about even this dating thing. You know, I want to know who he's dating. You know, why they broke up and all that stuff. Abel, did you have this conversation with your dad?
Nada. Which is weird because I had two dads in my life. So my biological dad left me when I was 9. So I don't think I was at that age where you now start talking about love issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
So my stepdad stepped in when I was 12.
Okay.
And I went to boarding school 2 years later. Then college boarding still. So we didn't have these conversations a lot. But I feel like if we did, I probably would have learnt a thing or two. Because I winged a lot of my marriage stuff. It was just winging it because nobody sat me down and told me anything. And I know that I would have picked up a few things because it's exactly what I do with my parenting now. I just pick the things that they used to do for us, the ones that helped, the ones that didn't, and just throw them out the window. So I think I'd have done the same with marriage if we had just sat down and, you know, I got to know his perspective on marriage because again it's very different. Their marriages and our marriages now very different. So if you pick 100%, you will mess up for sure. But there are nuggets that of course you can pick up and just
map out your own route.
We did, but he's still alive. Probably I need to sit down with him now.
Do you guys talk?
Yeah, we do. But
tight or it's not that kind of tight?
We're tight, but not at that super tight where you have to see each other every weekend.
Talk about love.
But I'm on that black tack stage, so anytime a phone call comes through, you know. You know it's
Do you talk or have you ever talked to your male friends about love? If yes, what have you talked about? If no, why not? So do you or have you ever talked to your male friends about love? If yes, what have you talked about? If no, why not?
Kagwe, tell us.
I was going to say, I feel like when it comes to romance,
Yeah.
I feel like me and my boys, we raised each other without any knowledge coming from anywhere else, right? You're just told, oh, even just the way, like kissing a babe for the first time or whatever it is, right? You like, those are the guys who are telling you what it's about, right? Or maybe older, just guys who are a little bit older. So definitely in terms of my very, very close-knit boys, we definitely talk about it. I definitely think it should be talked about more, you know, because guys will just say, we sit down, we're like, hey, you guys, mama is boring, and then that's the way it issues. Babes be like that, babes be like that, then it issues, you know.
Me too. I talk to Phil a lot. It so happens that we are both married, so we compare notes a lot.
Totally understand each other.
Totally understand each other, man. And I think it's healthy, man. There's a Kikuyu saying that says, you think your mom's cooking is the best until you eat at a neighbor's. So just by talking to them, you discover, oh my God, kumbe pia mimi na short change bibi yangu.
Ben,
So,
of course, I talk about it with my boys. Even on WhatsApp group. The other day somebody was asking about gifting, and one of the guys brought in a good point that I had never seen it that way. That sometimes if you want to know what to gift your wife, just check what she has been saving on her Instagram post. No, that's not something I naturally think about. You know,
that's genius.
Yeah, I just don't go around thinking about what she's saved on her Instagram. But when my guy said that, I was like, this is.
But how
do
do
you
you
know
do that?
what she saved on her
Does that mean you
Instagram?
have to go through her phone?
Sometimes some Instagrams, like my wife's Instagram is logged onto my page. Well, I rarely check it, but sometimes for content purposes. And also you can just borrow her phone once in a while. Unajifanya unaangalia kitu, sneak into the saved posts.
Kidogo unakutana hapo na thanks baby, last night was awesome. Tunakimbiza mwili Muranga.
The next day watu wako umash.
I think you have to get to a certain level.
Okay, it's risky. It's a risk. It's like business. So the higher the risk, the higher the returns.
The opportunity cost here.
You have to. It's a risk. But so you can just check some of the stuff she saved. And, the gifts. Sasa you know, you learn from a gentleman. So I definitely do talk about it with my boys.
Yeah, me too. I think. But the people I talk to are people who are there. Like my dad, a lot of people in my circle who are already there. So it's more of like, okay, this happened and it was so interesting, and then they'll laugh about it and say, yeah, it happened. So it's more of like keeping tabs and sort of like understanding. And I'm super lucky that I can talk to my dad about my relationship. Just tell like, yo, we had an argument and I don't get it, and then he'll look at me and say, okay, so what happened? Oh, okay, yeah, females are like that. It's sort of like, because he's looking at it from a bird's eye view. He knows it's such a tiny thing that I am so obsessed about because my life is super short. So it's sort of like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. You guys will need. So for me, that's the guy I'd consider my male best friend in terms of talking about relationships.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's goals, man. That's goals.
Yeah.
Well, we're done, guys. I really, really appreciate you, Kagwe, Maina, Abel. I feel like you guys have so much wealth of wisdom to share. You guys have given me so much. I've given the J-Riders so much content. This is like almost 2 hours, man.
Yeah. No, it's been incredible being here as well with you guys. And just, again, I think this was such a good idea, for us to be able to have these conversations more. Because that's, like I was saying, a lot of guys, the dad leaves early on, right? And you end up getting information from your homies who also don't know anything.
Correct.
Don't know much.
And so I think it's important that these conversations are happening. And I'm really glad to be a part of it.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maina.
Man, thank you for having me. I think this has been super, super nice.
Yeah.
Sitting with guys who have been in this love industry for quite a while. Being led by
Big Guka.
in fact, I started calling him my dad from earlier on. But it's super fun. I think more of such conversations are necessary.
Yeah, Abel.
Nah.
Thank you, man. You know, as always, man, you inspire me in so many ways. Even this whole, I was telling you, even in the events, in the content space, you
Correct.
started that, and now
Yeah.
we're following route.
Oh,
So
man.
keep setting the bar.
Yeah.
You inspire us so much. Thank you so much for coming,
Anytime, bro. On to
Thank
the
you.
next, man. And
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing, man.
Santi.
Yeah, this is what, the third one?
This is the first episode of.
No,
of
like if you count everything that you have on your channel.
this is the third one. Yeah,
this is the third one. Dope, man.
Third one, yeah.
Keep
Third
at
one.
it, keep at it.
Thank
Kazi
you.
safi sana, manze.
Sana.
Yeah.
And for you Joyriders, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're hitting 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And by the way, I forgot to shout out who's dressed me. I'm wearing Naiwear, so I'm gonna leave a link on how you can purchase some of the easy shirt ni moto. Nimeona mko mezikovet sana, guys. Just relax, eh? Yeah, so I'm gonna leave an Instagram page where you guys can order yours as well. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a blessed week.
Peace.
Yeah.